Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Today is Wisdom Wednesday. Welcome, Teresa.
Thank you. I am excited to be here today.
Yes, this is a good topic to start out in January because this is something I'm so guilty of not being good at. But I do help my clients get the balance. But it's the shoemaker without shoes. So building your business around your life is such an important topic that it takes us years sometimes to figure this out. Or maybe it's more like it takes years to feel like your business is running in a way that allows you then to build your business around your life. But talk about what happened with you and how you got better at balancing work and life.
Yeah.
Forced you.
So I will say this a million times, but I am a recovering workaholic. I would work constantly. I would always have my laptop with me. If I'm sitting there watching TV with my husband, I'd be working on a website or social media or something for my business. Like I was nonstop work, 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 work. And then last year I got the cancer diagnosis. And I'm like, okay, now what? It's like I couldn't quit working because I still needed to pay my bills, and being self-employed meant I could be flexible. But something somewhere had to give because I now had a whole new big priority that, had to be my top priority, and that was to heal. So I really took a close look at my life at like what is really important in my life. And then I looked at my business and how can I put my business around that? Because I had to have time off to do my treatments, but also to recover. I had to make sure I was spending time with my family because when you get that cancer diagnosis, you never know what's going to happen. And I did not want to squander a minute with my family. And I needed time to just relax and enjoy the life I had built. And I didn't even realize, I'm rambling here because this is an exciting topic for me, but
No,
I
it's a good
didn't
one.
realize until that happened that I had built the life I'd been dreaming of for years. I mean, we built our dream house. I have a job that I love. I'm able to not have to have a side job to make ends meet. I'm doing the work that I love. I didn't even know it because I kept thinking I had to build, 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 build.
Right. And it's hard for people to reverse engineer their business based on their life. But I always give this one example. When I'm not a recovering workaholic. I'm still a workaholic. So just so everybody's clear. My kids say, Mom, like work is your work and it's also your hobby. Oh, I have something in my eye. And I thought, yeah, I love it. I love helping people create a profitable business around their lives. That's my life. That's what everything's all about for me. But there are times like in the last month when I had COVID, and then this month I'm moving my father back to New York, so I need to fly to Vegas, and I have a lot of things to do each day to get that ready. And I thought, oh, good thing a year ago, I blocked out some mornings I start a little later, some
Yeah.
afternoons I end a little earlier. Some days I block out 2 hours on my calendar a day. And often I fill them with other things like talking to my staff or talking to industry partners, to do collaborations. But sometimes when I have that time slot and there's nothing in there, I'm like, yay, I can actually go to the dentist, go to the doctor, go food shopping, go on an errand in the middle of the day. Now, years ago with Expressive Living, which was my art framing and accessory business, I did that for 17 years in the interior design industry. I got to a point where I was working 6 days a week, and on Sundays I was even still working, like you were saying, in front of the TV at night. And I looked at my staff and I said, no more Saturdays, no more weekends for appointments. They were like, we're gonna be broke. I mean, like so many Saturday appointments. And I'm like, no, like I need to get my life back. I need to be able to raise my kids on the weekends at least. And I was always there for them to pick them up from school and all that stuff. But we were nervous that the income was going to drop. And miraculously, once I set that boundary and made that decision, I lost maybe one client in the next 6 years, and I wouldn't have wanted to work with them anyway.
Yeah. And isn't that just it? I mean, that's one of the first things in the content course that I have is I have people look at their boundaries and use that to create their contact page. Because once you set that boundary, when I set the boundaries, these were the hours I work, This is when I do client stuff. This is when I do my stuff. And this is when I'm off. And last year, I had the most profitable year ever. And I worked 24 hours a week.
See that? See, now it's different, right? So I coach coaches and consultants as well, like you, and we may have a little bit more flexibility when it comes to that because we work behind our computers and we can dictate our schedules. When you are at the mercy, let's say, of a client or a location or a contractor like interior designers have, sometimes they do have to go on site, and it sounds great. Don't leave the office on Mondays or Fridays and only do your work. But again, you can do that. You can set that boundary. And if occasionally there's a must do on one of those days, then that's the exception, not the rule.
Yeah. Well, and that's just it. I don't do any client work on Fridays, and I often don't work all day Fridays. I'm working more than 24 hours now because I'm healed. I'm past that, and I can devote more time to the job that I love. But I make exceptions for certain clients when it's important and when it's necessary. But the exception comes later. The boundary is always in place. Most people don't even ask for the exception unless there's just nothing else they can do. Say, Teresa, I'm so sorry. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course, you make exceptions. I mean, that's part of being in business. But put the boundary up first, I think, is super important.
Right. So if you're trying to build your business around your life, start out by saying, what do I need in my personal life? What kind of self-care do I need? What kind of time do I need with my family or my children, my friends, my extended family? And lay that out and make sure you're clear for yourself how much time, how much downtime you need, how much time you need for your hobbies. And like I said, self-care and doctor's appointments and this and that, and go, now let me look at my calendar. And what's the reality of how many hours that I should set as working hours, and ignore the exceptions for now, and then build your life backwards. So if you're working that many hours, how much do you need to make an hour?
Yeah.
What kind of client do you need to attract? Are you attracting that client? Now, again, I am going to be honest about this. I do believe, though, building your business around your life is a stage in your business. Sometimes in the beginning, when you're building a business, you're working way more hours than you want. And if you talk to any of the big gurus who even teach building your business around your life, it comes at a certain point where you're a little bit more comfortable and you're able to start doing that. But there are small boundaries you can put in place right from the beginning, and then you can increase them as you're making more money.
I would agree with that. And even when you get to a stage of business where you're launching something really new, a big new aspect of the business, I'm going to start doing website design coaching. So again, I'm working more hours than I really wanted to, or than I got used to in this last year. I love it because I'm doing something new. And it takes that extra hour and it takes that extra time, but it doesn't take those extra hours forever. Like, there's got to be that stopping point to when you're like, okay, I'm here. Now I'm back to focusing on the life that I wanted to build. I mean, we go into business for ourselves for the freedom, for the flexibility, do all the things, and then we take it all away by working 80 hours a week.
I know, it's so true. It's so true. But anyway, great topic. Set your boundaries of what you need in your life for your own self-care and for your family and to keep all your relationships going. And then figure out what hours you can work, how much you need to charge, and what clients you're looking to attract, right? It kind of goes in that order. So, all right, Teresa, thank you so much. And we are going to talk more about your website coaching in the Wednesdays to come.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, stay tuned for that. All right, if you are not signed up for one of my 2 webinars on the 12th and the 14th, go take a look in the post. Those are specifically for interior designers. So they are posted in the Interior Design Business Forum. Teaching you how to run and grow a profitable interior design business. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.